Hello friends, welcome back to Automation Testing Insider. So guys, recently we have completed a Selenium framework development from scratch. So if you go to my channel, that is Automation Testing Insider, and just navigate to this playlist tab, and here you will find the complete list of Selenium framework development from scratch. So we have created 10 videos in that, and you can refer all those videos step by step. And in case of any doubts or concern you have, then please write me back so that I can answer you. You can write the comments in the comment section of the particular video. And if you're new to my channel, then please subscribe the channel and click the bell icon to get the notification for upcoming videos. Now let me show you the agenda, what we are going to discuss today. So we are going to talk about the answers of Selenium questions part 6, that is scenario based and some tricky questions, as part of Selenium questions and answer series. So the first 5 parts already I have covered in my blog. So let me take you to my blog. So this is our blog automationtestinginsider.com, and just navigate to this Selenium questions and answers. So just click on that tab, and the first 5 parts till here, Selenium exceptions, already I have covered. You can see the answers of all these different questions which we have listed down here. Now today I come up with the answers of the scenario based in some tricky questions, and later on we'll cover a TestNG framework, Maven, Git and GitHub, Jenkins, Selenium framework, and Selenium grid. So these are the different questions which we are going to discuss in coming days. So let's talk about this scenario based and some tricky questions today. So if you just click on that link, so yeah, so these are the different questions I have listed down here, and I have provided the answer. So let me go one by one all the answers. And guys, if you're new to my blog also, then please follow so that you can get the updated, whenever I'll update any post, so you'll get the notification. So the first question is, there is a scenario whenever assert equals function fails automatically, it has to take the screenshot. How can we achieve this? Okay, so this is the question interviewer might ask at the time of interview. So already I have created post on this, so you can refer this link. For some questions, since I have already created a post, so that's why I have given the link, because I don't want to cover the same thing over here. So simply I have provided the link over here, so you can refer the link, and you can just navigate to this one, how to capture the screenshot for failed test cases. So in this post, we'll capture the screenshot in 2 ways. So the first way is, we'll write the logic at the rate inside the at the rate after method, okay, annotation method in the test class. And the second way is to achieve the same thing using TestNG listener. And I have created the program also, guys. You can refer this program, and at the end of this post, I think we have videos as well, so you can refer the YouTube video over here. Please refer the below YouTube video for more details, so you can refer like how to take the screenshot for failed test cases. So you can refer these. So simply I have written the logic like how to take the screenshot. Okay, so you can refer. In case of this one, you can see, yeah, this is the take a screenshot method we have created, class we have created, and this is the logic to take the screenshot. So everything we have discussed earlier, so you can refer the video which I have shown you at the bottom. Now let me take you to the another question. Open a browser in memory means whenever it will try to open a browser, the browser page must not come and can perform the operation internally. So the interviewer might ask at the time of interview this kind of question, in a different way. So this is related to the headless browser, nothing but, okay, because open a browser in memory, that means the browser should not come physically. It should not physically appear, but it should run in the background. So we can use HTML unit driver in that case. So please refer the below program. So already I have written the program for HTML unit driver, and if you need more information, then you can refer this link on headless browsers. Already I have covered the topics related to headless browsers, so you can refer this link. How will you handle dynamic web table when you don't have any idea on the number of rows and columns? will be displayed every time. So you can refer this link. I have created a very good video and post on how to handle dynamic web table. So what is a web table, you can refer this, and basic structure of the web table. Here you can see web table types, what are the different types of web tables. So we have static table and dynamic web table, and we are going to, I have covered these all these scenarios in this particular post. So here you can see, so the complete thing I have covered, guys, with the help of this post, with the help of program as well. Let me show you the video as well, so you can refer that video as well. Yeah, here you can see, so in two parts I have covered this dynamic web table, part 1 and part 2, so you can refer these two video as well. And if you want to refer this program directly, you can refer this program as well. So it's very easy, like how to handle. What are the different types of weights? Write their syntax differences and explains the example scenarios. Explain the example scenarios where you have used the Selenium project. So you can refer these Selenium WebDriver weights, and if you remember, we have applied the weights in our framework as well. So you can, for the second part of this question, you can refer the framework. And yeah, I have written very good post on different weights, so you can easily understand what is Selenium weights and what is explicit weight and fluent weights. So you can refer this particular post, and I have created the video as well, so you can refer that video as well at the bottom of this post. Let me show you. Yeah, this Selenium weights, with the help of program I have clearly explained, and the same program I have posted over here. Page load timeout, and probably we have static wait as well, thread.slip. So everything I have covered in this post, so you can refer that. In a web page, how will you ensure that the page has been loaded completely? So for that I have created a program, guys, here with the help of JavaScript. So how we can handle while automating any application using Selenium WebDriver, we may come across some situations where we have to wait for the page to load completely, right? So before performing any actions on any web elements on the page, in order to understand how to wait for the complete page to load before performing any activities, go through the below explanations. And yeah, so we can execute the JavaScript code that is having document.ready state parameter. So that will check whether the whether will page gets loaded completely or not. So that will check the complete status of the page that is written or not. So in this example of using the above specified JavaScript code, it should be below. Yeah, in Selenium, to ensure the for ensuring the completeness of the page loading. So you can refer this. Simply I have written one explicit wait, and using this JavaScript, this attribute, guys, return document.ready. Okay, using this we can check whether page gets loaded completely or not inside this execute script method, inside for of this JavaScript executor class. And yeah, simply we can call, yeah, that method over here, and that will give you the, and since that will return the boolean value over here. You can see the return type boolean, and we'll see true or false based on the page load. So here we can provide the time, explicit time, waiting time. Okay, so inside, if we get this, if page gets loaded inside the 40 seconds, then it will be success, and in case if it is not getting loaded, then it will be false. So simply this is how we can check. What will you do if there are failures in your suite execution, and what is your approach? So while executing the automation scripts, test cases may fail for several reasons, right? To optimize our test runs, next run we need to rerun only failed test cases. So there could be different reasons your test case are getting failed. So how to execute the failed test case, what is the best approach? So to understand all these things, we can easily rerun the test cases, the failed test cases, using two methods explained below. So either we can by using the TestNG failed XML. So whenever we run our suite file, and in case of failure, there is XML generated automatically, TestNG hyphen fail.xml. And the second thing is, we can, by implementing the TestNG iRetry analyzer class, or using this one, we can implement this. So already I have covered the post, so let me open this. Yeah, by running TestNG hyphen fail.xml, using this one, we can easily achieve that. Here you can see this manually we can do like this, guys. So whenever we run our test case, this automatically this will be generated, and by running this XML, this suite file, we can rerun our failed test cases. This one way, and another way is yeah, by implementing TestNG iRetry analyzer interface. So this is an interface, using that one we can do that. The complete logic I have given over here. This is the program. So the maximum count is 2 times it will try. Okay, and if you want to see the complete logic step by step, then I have created video on that, how to run the fail test case uh, on those two. I mean, there are two ways, so we have I have already covered those two ways in this video, so you can refer this. Through actions class, can you pass the test data like instead of send keys? So yes, we can do that. So for that we have I have created this video, sorry, this post, so you can refer this. Let me open this. Yeah, so in actions we have this key down method, send keys, key up, key down. So these are the different methods we can use. And yeah, corresponding we have video as well, so you can refer this video as well. Let me go to the next question. What difference you see when working with different browsers except setup or configuration level? Okay, so these are the different few differences you can see across working with different browsers. So font size mismatch, JavaScript implementation can be different. Okay, CSS, HTML validation difference can be there. Some browser is still not supporting HTML5, so the latest HTML version is HTML5. We are getting so many issues on IE browser. Page alignment will be different, div size, image orientation, browser incompatibility with operating system, etc. So these are the different reasons you can answer. How to reduce page load time if any particular data taking some time? So the script performance is better with the explicit wait, as HTML elements are accessed as soon as they become available. Okay, so one of the best way to making a script faster is by using the explicit waits. So this is kind of dynamic wait. So let's say if you put the dynamic wait of explicit wait of 20 seconds, and if you are unable if you are able to locate the, I mean, if page gets loaded within 10 seconds or within 15 seconds, then rest of the time it will not wait. Okay, it will uh, proceed further. So if your test script uses delays in implicit waits, like, so instead of implicit wait, you can provide explicit wait, because that is based on some conditions, expected conditions, element to be clickable. Yeah, so you can apply explicit wait in that situation. Your script performing some actions on a list elements in between if page gets refreshed. How would you handle that kind of situation? Okay, so I think that kind of scenario related to a page which has Ajax poll, okay, Ajax call, and automatically refreshes when some condition is reached on the server. So that is because of the Ajax call. So how would you handle in this scenario? You could you could wait for Ajax request to finish. Okay, so for that you need to provide good synchronization in your script, so that way you don't concern if the page is loaded. Okay, so you can continue the execution after the ajax request is done. So yeah, I have already created a post on this, guys, on different weights. So you can apply those weights like explicit, implicit, or fluent weights. So this is how you can handle the ajax call. So probably going forward, probably I'll create the separate video on this one, like how to handle those kind of scenarios. I'll try to find out this kind of scenarios when a page gets refreshed in the middle, and how to handle that. But anyways, that will be handled using weights only, so you can refer this uh, different weights in Selenium. So link is given over here. So how would you enable a disable text box? So this is the script you can write. Okay, so to disable, this is the script, and to enable, this is the script. So here I have given the example to enable a last name text box, that is the text box. So this is how you can handle using the JavaScript, right? So how do you continue execution when it stops in the middle? So use soft assertion. So sometimes set test gets failed. In case of hard assertions, okay, when assertion gets failed, in that case the test case will be stopped at that point of time. Let's say in one test case we have several checkpoints, the validation points. Let's say in one test case we have 10 different checkpoints. Okay, so in case of hard assertions, what will happen? In case your assertion fails at fifth point, the rest of the test case will not be executed. Whereas in the soft assertions, what will do? I mean, it will execute remaining of the test cases as usual, even in case of failure as well. So related to assertions, already I have this post. Yeah, and just remember, in case of soft assertions, we have to call one method called this one, assert all, at the end of the statement, in case at the end of the test case. Can you open cmd prompt using WebDriver command prompt? So yes, we can do that. So this is the script. So in runtime class we have this get runtime method, and one execution method is there, execute. Okay, this using that we can call this cmd.exe file, we can open, and this is the command java version. So here I have not written the output, so it will give the java version. Yeah, and this is the catch part, we can put try and catch. Suppose there is one method in interface as private and a class is implementing. Can implemented method be public or vice versa? So interface, we can have only public methods, public, abstract, default, static modifiers. So these are the different things permitted in interface. So there is no question of the method which we can declare as private in interface. When we don't want to create object of the class, so we don't to create the object, we don't need to create the object of static methods, right? So for static methods we don't need to create the object because that belongs to class. So we can directly call the static method using class name. So static method belongs to the class and thus don't require it to be instantiated, although you can create its object and then you can use those methods, but creating a class for a static method is of no use. There are 4 browser windows open and you don't have any idea where the required element is present. What will be your approach to find the element? So to handle multiple windows, I have created this post, like how to handle the multiple windows in Selenium WebDriver. So this is very good program, and I have taken an example of naukri.com. When we navigate to this naukri.com, there automatically 3-4 windows will appear. So how to handle that kind of scenarios are already I have covered in this post. Tell me difficulties if you faced uh, you faced in developing automation scripts? Can you give any examples for any complex scenarios handled? So these are the different things, guys. So related to these scenarios, probably I'll create a separate video or separate post on this one, like how to handle complex scenarios using Selenium WebDriver. But these are the different difficulties or challenges, like synchronization issue or timeout issue. So we have to deal with the smart uh, locator strategies, cross browser testing, and that is very challenging, pop-up handling, and when code review is not done. So sometimes if your teammate has scripted something, and if you're going to use those classes, or which way, if you're going to work with that guy, then it would be very difficult to understand the code if he's not using the proper techniques. So, and if code review is not being done, so that will be kind of challenge. So in here I have mentioned some code reviews tools as well: checklist, PMD, and find bugs. So on code review part, I'll try to create a separate video how to do the code reviews. If you execute the scenarios in your project multiple times, will the reports override? If they override, how will you take the backup of the previous test reports? So we can yeah, naming convention is the important here. So you can override reports. So we can override the, yeah, you can create your file name to be the current timestamp. This way it will be easy to have unique name for your report file. So this is how you can create the reports. So yeah, this is the naming convention. Timestamp you can use, and then .html. So yeah, this is the timestamp. So every time it will create with new date, whenever yeah, date and time, right? Suppose I clicked on 4 links in a page, 4 new windows got opened. How to switch to 4th window from main window? Again, this is related to how to handle the windows, multiple windows. So I have created that post, so you can refer this post. So try block has exit method, catch block has exception, and finally block is returning in an int value. Can you explain the flow of the execution? So finally block will be executed no matter what, even if your try block throws any throwable. So this is what we know, right? Finally block is always getting executed. But in case when we use this exit method, only case finally block does not execute when we call system.exit method. So this is the simple program where we call this exit method from system class. In this case it will not execute the finally block. So simply it will give this this try part only. So here you can see the output try. There are 3 classes, say A, B, C in your project. How to access the methods of B and C from A class? So simply what you can do is, this is my class C, and we can extend this class C using this class B, right? Class B extends class C, and from class A we can create the object of this class B, and we can call both the methods from both the classes. Okay, so this is how you can achieve. So no need to create the object of both the classes. Simply we can extend from this class B to this class C, and then we can call from the third class. What will you do when you have more number of lines of code having repeated code? So we can avoid duplicate code by using custom methods, inheritance, etc. So this is the example of the next question which we talked about, this one. Here we have used the inheritance concept. So instead of creating the couple of objects of B and C, we can inherit from the second class to the first class, right? Class B extends class C, and then from the third class we can create the object of the second class, and we can call those methods. What will you do when you have more number of lines of code having repeated code? Yeah, sorry, this is what we have discussed. In Selenium project we use hierarchy like interface followed by abstract class followed by a class. can't we directly use the interface followed by a class? Yes, we can do that. In that case, all the unimplemented method, okay, all the we need to implement all the methods from interface, right? In that case, in the class which implements the interface. Yeah, obviously, because all the methods in the interface are abstract in nature, so all we need to implement in that class. In a page, if we have three apply buttons, first button on top, second button in the middle, and third button on bottom, how will you click on the middle button? So you can try this one. I can try like this. This is the kind of if all have same kind of Xpath, okay, all have same properties, then probably you can write Xpath like this in bracket. You can write like first, second, three, so it will navigate to the first element. If you write one, two to the second, and third would be the third element. What is the problem with thread.slip in the code? So thread.slip is static void. So if you, let's say if you set 10 seconds, then it has to be, the script has to be stopped for 10 seconds, irrespective of whether you find the element or not. Okay, so uh, basically it stops the execution for that particular given time. So these are the 4 points I have listed down here. You can go through it manually. You opened a Firefox browser window with Gmail login. Now with Selenium you need to you opened a Firefox browser, okay, window with Facebook login. What happens when we use quit method? Will it closes all the window including Gmail one? So no, it will not close manually opened windows. So irrespective of whether you have opened in Firefox or any other window. Oh, here we are talking about the Firefox. So whether you, it doesn't matter whether you open it manually or one second, open the Firefox browser window with Facebook. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you have opened Gmail or Facebook login. If you have opened it manually, then it will not close the manually opened windows. There are two methods in same class with same name with different arguments and different access modifiers like this. M1 method int is the parameter, and this private void m1 string method. Is it overloading or not? Yes, it is an example of overloading because it checks only these parameters. So here we have int, and here we have different, though we have only one argument but we have different data type. So two methods will treated as overloaded if both follow the mandatory rules below. Both must have the same method name, both must have different argument list, and if both methods follow the above mandatory rules, then they may or may not have different return types. It doesn't matter whether they have different return types, whether they have different access modifiers, throw different checked or unchecked exceptions. So it doesn't matter, care about all these things. There are 10 pages in same window and image is present in any page out of 10 pages in same window. How will you validate that scenario? So this is the program I have created on this. So let me show you. This is the logic here I have written. So using the try catch block here I have written, one second. Yeah, it will navigate to the child window. It will check using this iterator. Yeah, here I'm checking whether that image is present in the child window. So this is the okay XPath of the image, and yeah, if it is displayed, so that it will show you, okay, that image is displayed. So this is how we can handle that kind of scenarios. You can go through this program. If you have any doubts, then you can ask me. This is the same example of naukri.com where 3-4 windows will appear. I don't have 10 different windows there, so I have taken the example of three windows. There 4 windows including the parent window. How to check whether an image is loaded correctly or not in a page. You can check the if the image is displayed or not by using the interface JavaScript executor. So using JavaScript code we can easily check whether image is displayed or not. So this is the code you can refer, and I have used here instance of operator, so that will check the instance, the object. Yeah, so given a scenario that 5 test cases are there, I need to execute first and last 3, means 2 should not be executed. How will you make the changes in testng.xml? Means 2 should not be executed, right? So we have include and exclude tag. So you in the that we can use in sweet XML file. So this is how we can do that. All should be included and only this should be excluded. Okay, this method, this test method, and rest actually basically this is for exclude only. This will be required. This is just for example. I have included all these 4. So whatever if you want to exclude, you can simply write over here that test method. So 2 more ways we can do that. First method is to set up the condition enable or disable in test annotation. So at test level we can do like this, and at group level we can create the different groups, and we can make those test cases belongs to particular group, and we can execute that. So we'll discuss related to this kind of scenarios related to TestNG in the next video, because already I have started working on that on different questions. I have around 100 more than 100 questions on TestNG. So these kind of scenarios we'll discuss over there. How do you verify that given list of numbers on a web page is sorted in ascending order? So yeah, we can use the tree set. One second, something is wrong over here. Yeah, so there are 2 ways. So first way is we can create the array list, object of array list, so we can store all the web elements over there. Okay, so these are the list of numbers. So here I'm adding those numbers, and then using collections class we have one method called sort. Using directly we can sort those numbers. Okay, so this is the example, this is the output. The second way is to create the object of tree set. We can convert directly, tree set basically it whenever we store the elements in tree set, that will be in ascending order only. So simply we can add those elements over here, and that will print the ascending order. We have 65,000 URLs which we release 3 times a day. How will you test using Selenium? So what we can do, we can keep 6500 URLs and destination page in 10 Excel worksheet. Okay, 10 into 6500, 6500, that means 65,000. Use threads. So we'll use different threads to execute all those test cases. So there won't be any load on particular worksheet, right? If you use like 65,000 in one Excel sheet, it would be very difficult. So better to use the 10 different worksheets, and using threads we can run the WebDriver code and check URL present in each sheet or not. We have 2 interfaces, and both have print methods. In my class I have implemented the print method. How will you get to know that I have implemented the first interface, and how will you use it if you want to use it? So if 2 interfaces have the same method, so in class which we are going to implement, so it will implement only one method, because both the methods are same, and there is no it doesn't care like which from which interface it belongs to, because both the methods are same and we can implement only once. So here I have written some statement over here. You can go through this. How to automate charts using Xpath. Need to extract the value from pie chart with appropriate legend and compare with backend. So guys, I have created this program, so you can go through this program. If you are not able to understand, then let me know. Probably I'll create a separate video to explain this program later on. and probably will handle how to, I'll show you how we can handle the charts, pie chart or bar chart or whatever. User have 50 frames, want to click a button inside 25th and 49th. So this is related to frames, how to handle the frames. So already I have created a post on this, so you can refer this uh, post on different how to handle the frames. If an explicit wait is 10 seconds and the condition is met in 5 seconds, will driver move the execute next statement after 5 seconds, or it will wait for complete 10 seconds and then move? So it will not wait, it will if we meet the condition after 5 seconds, then definitely it will move to the next statement after 5 seconds, because explicit wait is the kind of dynamic wait. If element is loaded by taking much time, how to handle this situation in Selenium? So we can apply the fluent wait, because we don't know like how much time it will take. So in fluent wait we have this polling time mechanism, like we can specify that whether we want to check like every 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. So I think in this situation fluent would be a great choice. Okay, so this is all about these tricky questions, guys, and there are some questions which still I need to answer. I think on already, I mean, 12 13 questions are remaining, so probably I'll cover as soon as possible. And already I have started working on this one, TestNG framework as well, TestNG framework related questions. So there are different questions on this TestNG framework. Here you can see around we have 110 question. Yeah, so I have started working on this already and I have covered almost 50 odd questions, and soon I'll publish video on this one as well. And please don't forget to follow this blog using this button. You'll get a follower here, and from here you can follow. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, then please subscribe and click the bell icon to get the notification for upcoming videos. Yeah, so in the next video we'll talk about TestNG framework, questions related to TestNG framework. So thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.